You've been chasing success your whole life, but what if everything you believe about it is a lie? We were told success means arriving somewhere, reaching the top, earning more, finally feeling enough. But why do so many men hit every goal and still feel empty? Why do achievement and exhaustion seem to come as a package deal? Because somewhere along the way, success stopped being about truth and became about performance, about looking strong instead of being whole, about working harder instead of living better. So let's question everything. What if success isn't a destination, but a practice? What if it doesn't demand sacrifice, but integration? What if real success can't be seen, only felt? And what if the self-made man isn't strong, but alone? To understand why so many of us are trapped chasing someone else's version of success, we need to go back to the first lie we were ever told. This channel is for the man who stayed strong when no one noticed, the man who carried responsibility quietly and slowly disappeared. Here, strength is questioned, silence is exposed, and the cost of being the strong one is finally spoken out loud. You've been lied to about success, not by malicious people, but by a culture that profits from your confusion. And these lies are so deeply embedded in how you think about achievement that you don't even recognize them as lies anymore. You think they're truth. And that's why you're exhausted, frustrated, and wondering why success still feels empty even when you achieve it. Because you're chasing someone else's definition, fighting someone else's battle, and measuring yourself against metrics that were never meant for you. Let me show you the 4 lies you've been sold, and more importantly, what the truth actually is. Lie number 1, success is a destination. You've been taught that success is something you arrive at, a place you reach where suddenly everything clicks, the struggle ends, and you get to rest.
You tell yourself, once I get the promotion, once I hit this income level, once I achieve this goal, then I'll be successful. But here's what actually happens. You reach the goal, and within days, sometimes hours, the satisfaction fades. You look around expecting to feel different, expecting life to finally feel complete, and instead, you just feel the same. Maybe even emptier, because now you don't have the chase to distract you from the void. So you set a new goal, convinced that the next level is where success actually lives. And you chase again, achieve again, and feel empty again. This cycle repeats until you're 40, 50, 60 years old, wondering why nothing you've accomplished feels like enough. The truth is, success isn't a destination, it's a practice. It's not something you arrive at, it's something you embody in how you move through each day. Success is the quality of your decisions, the integrity of your actions, the alignment between what you value and how you live. And none of that lives at a finish line, because there is no finish line. The moment you stop treating success as a place you're trying to reach and start treating it as a way you're choosing to operate, everything changes. You're no longer waiting to feel successful someday. You're either being successful right now or you're not, and that's entirely in your control. Lie number 2, success requires sacrifice. You've been told that to succeed, you have to give something up. Your time, your health, your relationships, your peace. That real success demands you burn yourself out, neglect what matters, and prove your worth through suffering. This is the lie that keeps you working 16-hour days while your body breaks down. This is the lie that convinces you missing your kids' childhood is necessary for their future security. This is the lie that makes you believe rest is weakness and boundaries are selfishness. But here's the reality.
What you call sacrifice is just poor prioritization dressed up as dedication. Real success doesn't require you to destroy yourself. It requires you to know yourself well enough to build around your actual values instead of performing someone else's version of ambition. The man who sacrifices his health for wealth isn't successful, he's imbalanced. The man who sacrifices his family for career isn't dedicated, he's confused about what actually matters. And the man who sacrifices his integrity for achievement isn't winning, he's trading his soul for applause. True success integrates. It doesn't demand you choose between being a good father and being professionally excellent. It doesn't force you to pick between health and wealth. It asks you to be intelligent enough to build a life where the things that matter reinforce each other instead of competing. And yes, that means saying no to opportunities that don't align. Yes, that means earning less money if more money costs you what you actually value. Yes, that means redefining success as wholeness instead of achievement. But that's not sacrifice, that's wisdom. Lie number 3, success is visible. You've been conditioned to believe that if success is real, people can see it. The bigger house, the better car, the impressive title, the growing bank account. You measure your progress by what can be displayed, what can be photographed, what can make others impressed. And this is why you feel like a fraud even when you're doing well. Because the things that matter most, the actual markers of a successful life, are invisible. No one sees the peace you've built. No one notices the integrity you maintain when no one's watching. No one applauds the emotional regulation that keeps you stable when everything's chaos. The truth is, the most important aspects of success have no audience.
Your relationship with yourself, the quality of your thinking, your ability to remain grounded under pressure, the way you treat people when there's nothing to gain. These things don't make good social media posts, but they determine everything about the quality of your life. A man can have every visible marker of success and be completely hollow inside. And another man can have nothing impressive to show and be deeply successful because he's living in alignment with his values, he's at peace with himself, and he's building something that matters, even if no one's watching. Stop measuring your success by what others can see and start measuring it by what you can feel. Can you look at yourself without shame? Can you sleep without regret? Do your decisions reflect your values or your insecurities? That's the difference between real success and performance. Lie number 4, success is individual. You've been sold the myth of the self-made man, the idea that real success comes from grinding alone, needing nothing from anyone, proving you can do it all yourself. And this lie is particularly effective on men because it ties success to isolation and calls that strength. So you refuse help because asking for it feels like weakness. You carry everything alone because delegation feels like failure. You build walls around your struggles because vulnerability seems incompatible with achievement. And you tell yourself this is what successful men do. But here's what actually happens. You achieve things while becoming increasingly disconnected from everyone around you. Your success grows and your relationships shrink. You're surrounded by people who admire what you've built, but don't actually know you, and you mistake that loneliness for the cost of excellence. The truth is, sustainable success is never individual, it's relational. Every man you admire who's actually successful, not just rich but fulfilled, has a network of genuine relationships.
He has people he trusts, people who challenge him, people he's vulnerable with, people who see him, not just his achievements. Real success isn't built in isolation, it's built in community. Not networking, not transactional relationships, not people you use to get ahead, but actual human connection where you're valued for who you are, not what you produce. And that doesn't make you weak, it makes you sustainable. The self-made man is a myth. Everyone who's built anything meaningful did it with support, with collaboration, with people who believed in them when they didn't believe in themselves. And pretending otherwise isn't strength, it's just pride refusing to admit you're human. So here's what success actually is. It's not a destination you reach, it's a practice you embody. It's not sacrifice, it's integration. It's not visible achievement, it's internal alignment. And it's not individual grinding, it's relational sustainability. Success is waking up and knowing that how you're living reflects what you actually value. It's making decisions from clarity instead of fear. It's building something that matters, whether anyone notices or not. It's having people in your life who know the real you and still choose to stay. It's being at peace with yourself, even when external circumstances are chaos. That's success. Not the version you've been sold, but the version that actually sustains you. And the moment you stop chasing the lies and start building the truth, everything shifts. You're no longer exhausted trying to reach a finish line that doesn't exist. You're no longer sacrificing what matters for what looks good. You're no longer performing for an audience that doesn't care about you. And you're no longer isolated in your achievement. You're just living with integrity, building with intention, and connecting with authenticity. And that might not be impressive to everyone, but it's real. And real always beats impressive in the long run.
The hero's journey isn't about becoming the biggest, the richest, or the most admired. It's about becoming the most aligned version of yourself. And alignment doesn't need applause. It just needs honesty. Stop chasing the lies, not because they're evil, but because they don't lead where you actually want to go. Success isn't out there waiting for you to find it. It's right here, waiting for you to define it honestly and live it consistently. Next episode, how to know if you're actually successful or just good at looking like you are. If you've been chasing the wrong definition your whole life and you're ready for the truth, you'll understand what comes next.